What's up, everybody? I'm back after a 4-year hiatus. After my first cooking video, we're back for another one. It's taken me 4 years of journeying across the world to find a recipe that lives up to the world's best fried bologna sandwich, which you can also find on YouTube. That video went pretty viral, 150,000 views over 4 years. Okay, so a few people liked it. Anyway, yeah, we're back with something that I think's even better, honestly. I grew up never really liking turkey. I always felt like it was a little dry and it didn't have a lot of flavor. Until one Thanksgiving, we spent some time with some friends and they made a turkey that was unbelievable. And the guy told me it was a 20-20-20 turkey. And then he called it a trash can turkey. And I thought, no way, I don't want to eat something that comes out of a trash can. But it was the best turkey I had ever had in my life. Finally liked it, looked forward to it, craved it. And he said it was simple. All you need is a 20-pound turkey, a 20-gallon trash can, and 20 pounds of charcoal. And you really can do it that simply. Now, over the years, as I've been doing it, I have developed kind of a whole system, and I'm going to share the whole system with you. It's not necessarily the cheapest thing in the world because it does take a little bit of equipment and supplies, but it's really, really good. And I can assure you of 3 things. Before we get started, I'll walk you through the process. 3 things I can assure you of. Number 1, the turkey never touches the trash can. Love the shock value of calling it a trash can turkey, but the turkey doesn't touch the trash can. Second, it is not a trash can that we ever use for trash. It is only for trash can turkeys. So there's a little bit of cost involved in that because you're gonna have to buy that and use it solely for this. Don't recommend using a used trash can. And the third thing is that probably be the best turkey you've ever had in your life. All right, so that's it. Without further ado, we're gonna get started. I'm gonna try to walk you through the process as quickly as I can, and then you'll get to see the result, and maybe you can give it a try yourself. Here we go. All right, first step in the process, for me anyway, is preparing a brine for the turkey. You don't have to do this, but I like to do it and brine the turkey for 24 hours before you cook it. And no need to reinvent the wheel. I'm just using Alton Brown's turkey brine recipe. There's like some vegetable broth in there. There's some allspice berries, some crystallized ginger, some peppercorn, some brown sugar, some salt, stuff like that. And you put it in with the turkey. I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. But that's the brine. I made it yesterday, let it cool overnight, so we're ready for today. Boom, and through the magic of television, the baby's in the bath. So this is the way I do it. 5-gallon bucket, it's a Lowe's bucket. Doesn't have to be a Lowe's bucket. This video is not sponsored by Lowe's, but Lowe's, if you want to sponsor this, I spend half my life in your store, so that would be awesome. You know, pay it back or whatever. And then I get these bucket liners, Amazon, I think. It's called a bucket liner. So search for it that way. Take the turkey out, it's gotta be thawed. So that takes like a week, be prepared for that. Take out all the inside stuff that's gross, trim off any of the excess fat. Ice, turkey, brine, ice. We'll close this thing up, leave it overnight, and that's it. Check back in tomorrow. Well, before I go too far, there's one other thing I do today. There is the bird in the brine, all closed up. I keep it out here in the garage where it's pretty cool anyway. It'll do its thing. And then the other thing I do is I do a little bit of wood chips. It helps smoke it. So I'm gonna take the wood chips. I like apple because that seems to work with turkey. Applewood chips go in the bowl. Bowl gets filled up with water. We're gonna soak those overnight so we can use them tomorrow. That's it. Now we'll actually check back in tomorrow. All right, it's the day of. Bird's been soaking overnight in the brine, and I wanna go through what we're gonna be using first before we actually get into doing it. So let me turn you around, get a better look at this stuff. I do this a little more involved than you need to, but what you need is something to put the bird on. Don't worry, I'm gonna cover this in aluminum foil so that it's not gross. But you could do this as simply as a wooden stake driven into the ground with a cross piece on it. You can do this just in the grass, though you will kill the grass. What I've done is created this little contraption, 2 pieces of 2x4, half lap joint, and then this is a metal post. You find this in the masonry section at the Home Depot or the Lowe's or wherever. And then it's got these holes already drilled in it where I put a piece of threaded rod through it. That's what the bird's gonna sit on. Like I said, covered in aluminum foil. You need a trash can. That's the one that I use. Dedicated only to cooking trash can turkeys. And then you don't need sweet and fruity necessarily, but I got those wood chips going and they're Applewood, and I saw this when I was at Walmart and that looked like a great value to me. And so bang, the Kingsford. I got 2 bags of that. It's like 16 pounds. That's more than I really need. Remember, this is 20-pound bird, 20-gallon trash can, 20 pounds of charcoal. All of that is estimated, but that's what we got. Now, a quick public service announcement for those of you that are concerned about the safety of this. The trash can never touches the turkey, but you may know, if you're astute, that these trash cans are generally very shiny, and that's because they're galvanized. And part of being galvanized is having a coating of zinc on the outside. Problem is, when zinc gets hot, it off-gases, and that's no good for your food because that can ultimately make you sick. Not like deathly sick, I don't think. I'm not a doctor, but it can make you queasy, nauseous, and that's no good if it gets on your food. So if you're gonna be doing this for the first time, you need to get a good hot fire going in your trash can first and burn off all of that shiny outside coating so that it looks matte and not shiny. And then you know the zinc is burned off and you should be good to go. So I have to put this qualifier on it, and I'm not responsible if people get sick when you eat this. But I've been doing it for years. Nobody's ever gotten sick. Only full and happy. All right, here with the family, and we're now it's all sanitary. There's the family. And you'll notice I added this roasting pan and I sealed it up and yada, yada, yada. I'm not gonna tell you how to aluminum foil cover this. You're full grown adults. You can figure that out. Well, I'm not gonna show you the entire process, but what I've done is I've taken the bird and taken it out of the brine and dried it off as well as I could with a bunch of paper towels, and then put vegetable oil on it, and then covered it in herbs de Provence, just to be super fancy about it. Stuck it on her perch, and there she is. Next step, we go outside. And now we're outside. You can see we got it down. I got a little foil down. We do it in our fire pit, but you can do it out anywhere. And then I put those wood chips around the outside. And that's what the trash can's actually gonna sit on. So as those smoke, then they're gonna allow the air to get up and inside the trash can and help smoke the bird. So there you go. Isn't she pretty? Not at all, I know. But she will be. All right, turkey is under cover and we have the charcoal on it. As you can see, we have charcoal all the way around the base and we have some on top. Next thing is to light it. Yep, there it is. And I'm gonna, once those get started to ash on the top, I'll go ahead and spread those around. But now we just set a timer for 2 hours and 15 minutes and it'll be done. The anticipation is killing me. Well, it's been 2 hours and 15 minutes and time for the big reveal. So I'm just gonna get the charcoal off the top of it, spread it around the bottom a little bit, give myself a path where I can get to the bird without the charcoal. But gonna get someone out here to give me a hand to lift this thing off. We'll use some pliers to grab the can because it's hot. And time for the big reveal. Got my brother here to help me. We're gonna grab it with these pliers, go up, straight off. It's time for the big reveal. Ready? Up just a little bit. Give it a little shake. All right, 1, 2, 3. Straight up, up, and back. Yeah. All right, last one, the final reveal after carving. Here we go. And yes, it is as good as it looks. And thank you to everybody in the room for being so quiet this entire time.
Provence.